Yo, what's up, everybody? Bob Walters, Brett Grasso, Mark Mancini, Sunday Locked Up Sports. It's a big one. St. John's with a trip on the line to the Sweet 16. We'll talk about it. It's a chalky tournament, not great with the upsets and the buzzer beaters. And we are just a couple days away from Mets Pirates opening day of the baseball season. Maybe the last opening day we'll see in a long time, right? With the lockout and everything going on. So we'll see. Brett, Mark, what's up, guys?
Yeah, well, I think you're right.
It's nice to see Brett back from South Beach, man.
Yeah, go down and get him.
You know, you missed it. That trip to Florida.
It wasn't spring break down there with the two-piece bikinis yet.
Yeah, last time I saw Brett,
we had the range. That was your classic, like 85 one day, 39 we woke up to.
Really?
Which is, but by 10 it's hot and perfect, and I love it. It was perfect.
Me and Brett had
could be worse. He could be in Hawaii, man, where they're trying to pull themselves out, man.
Yeah. Me and Brett had the big Sean McDonough interview, so we got everything together a couple hours early. We got it all together, and we made sure everything was perfect. So then, I'll see you in a couple hours. 3 minutes before the phone call, before he calls in, and Brett's sitting there. There's no sound. He's moved all of his equipment to a different room. We can't figure it out. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
Bad. No, and what's even better is I never even told Bob is I still thought that interview was going off at 8. And so what's even better is I dropped my laptop down. I don't even have a shirt on, Bob, 10 seconds earlier. And my girls in the room. It's going to be Sean McDonough with me shirtless. And Alyssa's in the room, and she goes, have a good show. I was like, yeah, I'm going on in like 15 minutes. I turned, and Sean McDonough's on the screen.
Yeah.
And Bob's like, you guys ready? And I went into this like I was, Bob, and you know how good we are. Yeah. It's even better. But, I was mid-Florida. I was running around. I think I was, like, hanging a bar in my mom's shower 30 seconds early. It was great. Those are the best interviews.
And I got a compliment from him about how prepared I was.
Yeah. And I knew you were so prepared, and you said all this stuff, and I was like, "This is great." And interviews are easy.
They're easy. Because we know the answers anyway. Yeah, we know the questions.
Honestly, we had such a great time. He was such a great interview.
Yeah, good show. Yeah. Loved it.
But and especially when they can elaborate on it. You can go on to the next one. I'll tell you, one of the toughest interviews I ever had to do was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It was like pulling teeth.
I think. No, it was almost like he burned all 10 questions in a matter of 30 seconds.
Yeah. He didn't give you any stories or anything.
Yeah,
just ask him about the 10,000 women.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So we got the NCAA tournament in full swing. What do you guys think so far? There hasn't been a ton of, and you know what, with the NIL, I think it's a good chance that we're going to see a lot of these tournaments, because anytime a mid-major gets a good player, they just go and poach him right from him, and he goes to one of these blue bloods. Right. But it's okay so far. And you know what this does? It may not be as crazy the first weekend, but now it sets up really good games in the second weekend.
Yeah, because you don't want those blowout second round, third rounders.
Tonight, and that's UCLA and UConn. That's going to be a huge one tonight. And I think that's the one you got to circle.
St. John's, Kansas,
still in it. Alabama. I think Florida plays Iowa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And did you see the Kentucky game? To finish that game, the back and forth 3-pointers. That was great too. And VCU, Nebraska. Nebraska, it's their first ever trip to the Sweet 16. They get a win yesterday. They've been good games. They just haven't, it hasn't been the 14 seed. We had one 14 seed advance. Other than that, 11 was the highest seed. Texas is the highest seed left. They played in the play-in game. And I think it's a lot of it now. You're going to get New York. If you can get St. John's over Kansas tonight, it's gonna be big next weekend, because St. John's hasn't been in the Sweet 16 since they went to the Elite Eight.
I think if St. John's goes over Kansas, and if UConn beats UCLA, I mean, you're setting up the UConn Michigan State
St. John's game, Duke,
and then you talk St. John's Duke, and UConn and St. John's can win those games. If that matchup comes together, that's everything I'm waiting for.
Duke almost lost to Siena. Duke was down 13 with 7 minutes up to Siena.
And now they're a little scared.
UCLA is dangerous, man. They got some guys.
You're all right. Man. That's the game I think that might go a different way tonight. I think it might be the UCLA beating UConn, as opposed to I think St. John's is actually going to handle Kansas.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple interesting.
When you think of St. John's, you think of Leo Carnesecca. You think of the team nicknamed the Red Men.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I
Big
said
East, the Big
Dude,
East, man. Nothing beats the Big East. The Big
this
East tournament at
time-
Madison Square Garden.
this time, like 30 years ago, I'm stuck in an airport at LaGuardia. I'm a little kid, and who's sitting there stuck on the same plane waiting, and we get stuck there for like 7
Carnesecca?
hours. It's Carnesecca and the entire St. John's team. And my dad, like, he's like, oh yeah, no, I know these guys. Next thing you know, we're just in full on hanging with Lou Carnesecca mode. And let me tell you, this is just the best time of year to watch St. John's be relevant in the tournament, going into the second round where they're finally going to go past where they got last year. It could match up against Duke and UConn.
Yeah, but that's
this is
easy.
everything New Yorkers
This
are
is not
waiting
going to be
for.
as easy as you're making it out to be, Brad.
No.
It's Kansas.
Nothing-
Good team.
No,
Nothing
they might
ever
they're
beats
going to
that
bounce
thing.
just like last year.
You guys had PJ Carlissimo at Seton Hall,
Yes.
Raleigh Massimino at Villanova, Pitt
Thompson at
Powerhouse,
Georgetown.
John Thompson at Georgetown. I mean,
Yeah. You're talking
was
like
that
just
the
after the
best?
Chris Mullen days over at St.
yeah.
John's.
Oh my
Like,
God.
and we're talking
Patrick
playing.
Ewing.
We're talking playing just for you younger viewers out there.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and St.
Playing.
John's. And St. John's, if they can win this game, and they always play good against Duke. Something about Duke, even when the bad St. John's teams were rolling through like 10 years ago, whatever, they would play a game. They would win 3-4 games all season. They would play Duke at the Garden. They'd fill the Garden up and like they'd beat them, or they'd lose by a point, or they'd always be tight. And Duke looks vulnerable. Duke, I mean, yeah, they won that second round game pretty easily, but that first game, they should have lost. You're down 13 in the second half. Siena just couldn't put a bucket in, and Duke blew past them. But I think it's been a pretty good tournament. I was actually just going to look yesterday. Last time I looked, there was 122 perfect brackets out of 26 million on ESPN.
Wow.
On ESPN. Yeah, they knocked them down.
It's two. I think it's two.
You think it's two left? Okay.
I think they're down to two.
Mine and yours?
This morning, I'm pretty sure I heard two, and they're both mine. But
imagine you're the guy with two.
I will say in our group chat, the
Two, you're right.
McGordy Storm, there's two left. In the McGordy Storm bracket, I didn't even look at who's winning. I think I'm in like fourth, fifth, whatever. I looked at who's in the last, and it goes our friends James Ryan Vasey, Bob Walters, Kathy Vasey.
Yeah,
and,
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at these.
You're in bad shape, Bob.
I'm always in bad
doesn't
shape.
mean anything.
I'm always in bad shape.
Because you
the
go with
thing
your
about
heart.
it is, where the hell is Gonzaga, man? Are they choke artists or what?
Oh,
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no.
You know
I mean,
what
they won a
Gonzaga
title, right? They won their
reminds me of?
title.
Well, come on. Gonzaga reminds me like Oregon football. Big hype, and they all of a sudden they go out like a whimper.
Yeah, but they're a mid-major still.
You know, that's what it is, though. They're great as an underdog team. They're not good as the expected team, is what we've seen over the years. Like, it's just like they're always like, no problem. Count us out. We got you. You want to be that. You want to be Butler. You want to be those teams. But all of a sudden, now you're relevant. You have the players. They're coming to play for you, and it's expected. And everything feels like a letdown. You can't be going out in the early rounds once you got the
and all
talent
their
coming to your
guys
school.
that go in the, look at their guys that go in the pros. Timmy, what's he doing? Morrison was a bust.
Yep.
They're
good teams, good coaches,
but they get
good,
a top
all
five
around.
ranking. They get a top five ranking, but they play a schedule that's not great. They have to play an out of conference schedule that's like
St.
top of the
Mary's.
line. Yeah, St. Mary's.
Bonaventure.
Yeah. What is it? The WAC, right?
And how do you guys
William and Mary.
Do you guys
Bowling
take
Green.
more value? Do you guys take more value in those teams that go out and have won 20 in a row versus
Butler.
average teams? Like, really, like, we don't lose. We're winners. We always win. As opposed to you watch some of these teams that are ranked much higher that have lost to some better teams, but they lose every other game. They're not.
I
So,
don't know.
did you watch? And it happened in whoever it was in the first round. That's exactly what happened. They had won 14 in a row. They won their first round game. They won their second round game. And not quite the 15 knocking off a 2, but to watch these teams who consistently just win. They know how to win. And like that's the underdog thing. It's not about
look
one
at
player.
who's making it, right? There's nobody lower than an 11 seed left in it. They're all big time colleges. Big time conferences. St. John's is red hot. They've won 20 out of 21, but like they're not like this little team. You had a team last night. You had VCU. Maybe you could have been like with that, but they lost to Nebraska. Nebraska's really like that. Nebraska's never been to the Sweet 16, which is a weird, right? Because they're a big power conference, Big 12 type team, but. These little schools don't do it anymore, and you're not going to see that. Florida Gulf Coast.
You watch the school. But you watch like High Point. Yeah, you watch like High Point come in and, knock off Wisconsin after winning however many it was, 14 or 15 in a row. And again, they lose to Arkansas last night. I mean, just way overmatched. But those are the teams that they just win. And so they're the ones who always steal a game in round one from those teams. We've won so many in a row, we don't even know what losing is.
Yeah,
well,
they hit their
they're
threes.
sending me out Friday to cover a real yawner out here. The Brooklyn Nets are playing the Lakers.
Oh, the
and
Nets.
The only good thing with that is the Lakers
Nets would be like a 9 seed in this tournament.
The best team in the NBA. You're talking about, what was it, 9 in a row?
9 in a row. Luke Kennard hit a shot yesterday. The Lakers go to Detroit tomorrow. They'll play Indiana. And like I said, I'm covering the Brooklyn Nets Friday out here.
Yeah. You get the big stars out for the Nets game, huh?
The Brooklyn Nets.
The Nets might be a 10 seed in the tournament.
Three of the guys on their roster are just, it says Knicks 1 seed. Knicks 1 seed, Knicks 1 seed. So they just put in the first rounders and they don't even have guys anymore.
Yeah, they're terrible. They lose. And they played the Knicks tough the other night. And then the final play of the game, they have like 2 seconds. It's the dumbest play I've ever seen. They inbounded back into the backcourt. The guy takes 2 steps, and they chose to have a half-court shot. They thought that was their best opportunity because you could have got in the front court, a quick pass.
Brooklyn, drop them. You know what? Put them back at,
Jersey, Meadowlands?
Yeah, and call them the New Jersey Nets.
Relegate them. Yeah, we should. They should relegate. Why wouldn't you relegate to the D League, to the G League? Get them down.
God,
they're tanking. Look, they're tanking. There's a lot of tanking going on in the NBA. It is what it is. The NBA is kind of out of my focus right now because we know what everyone's really right there. You know what it's going to be. Now you're just waiting for the playoffs.
Right.
Knicks. I have a guy at work telling me Knicks could catch Detroit. No. They can't catch Detroit. It's all right. We got 8 teams punched its tickets to Sweet 16, 8 more teams today, and then when the smoke clears tonight, 16 teams left.
Yeah, and that's it. We like to see St. John's moving on to that Sweet 16 to get into that next weekend, regroup,
take a shot at Duke,
make a push to take a shot at Duke, and who knows? Who cares who's coming after?
Well,
and if it's
UConn, amazing. I only took 3 teams in this thing. Didn't do brackets and all that. But can you imagine if I get in the Sweet 16 with 3 teams, I'm only trying to beat out 13.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Florida and Alabama. Alabama, watch out for.
Yeah, and only two perfect brackets, 2 out of 26 million. They knock off but it's like 5 o'clock of that first Thursday. It's like half the brackets are on perfect.
Imagine having that perfect bracket and then
no one's ever had one. There's no recorded perfect brackets ever. Yeah,
but one of them has UConn is winning.
Okay.
And the other one's Duke
winning the title.
So so it's
like
it's
putting lottery numbers together.
It is. If you think about it, think of all the numbers, all the brackets that have been filled out. It's worse than lottery.
It is that difficult. And the combinations
it's luck. It's not even difficult that it's hard. It's just you need a lot of luck.
This is the year though with more chalkish things to occur.
I'm getting excited, buddy. Not only with these games, but the baseball season right around the corner, starting Wednesday, San Fran.
Baseball's here. Baseball's back. We can forget about the World Baseball Classic, right? We blew that, and then which who cares? They didn't deserve
Venezuela.
to win.
No. It meant so much more to Venezuela, and you watched as they came back, and Carlos Mendoza gets the hug from the guy who coached Venezuela through it. You know what? I agree. It's a big deal.
I don't want to say I'm rooting against the U.S., but. I didn't really care.
Every single person in Venezuela cheered as if they won the national championship because that's what they did.
You want to take our president? We don't care. We'll take your sport.
Hey, let me tell you, Stephen A.
Thank God they don't need oil to play baseball.
Stephen A. took some shots at Vinny Pasquantino saying, you know what? If you're born in the States, why are you playing for Team Italy? But
no.
Stop it, Vinny. Yeah, right.
Come on, man. Since when was it heritage above where you were born?
Team Italy blew it, by the way. You blew it. They had the lead in that semifinal.
They did blow it. And first of all, the first one to do that and was given a lot of crap for it a very long time ago was Mike Piazza.
Yeah, I was going to say Mike Piazza.
That man went and played on Team Italy.
And Paul DeLuca, right?
You're talking about when...
Paul LaDuca.
But he's one who kind of would be that guy. Maybe you're not going to... Piazza's going to be the catcher on Team USA. It's not LaDuca, so LaDuca would go to play for Italy. No. Piazza's such a jerk. He skipped USA and said, LaDuca, you can't even start for Italy. So good luck.
Yeah.
I love Piazza. But
So
Italy only lost one game, and they lost it when they shouldn't have lost it. But they only lost one game in the six. They went 5-1.
they were
Crazy.
good. They were
better
the
than-
And
Cinderella.
nobody will ever have a better home run celebration than them coming in where they come into the fresh cup. It starts even better. No, it starts off with they put on the Armani jacket. So the jacket goes on, they put on the Armani jacket, then they get the espresso, and then they take a shot of the espresso, and then double kiss.
Oh yeah.
But how many? You know what? I said to myself, how many Latin countries do we have to beat here to get to this thing?
Well, we have to beat Puerto Rico. We have to beat our own country.
Puerto Rico.
To beat ourselves.
Guys, these countries don't have as many people as we have sitting on Long Island, and they're beating us. What's going on?
Because they beat us with our guys.
They're recruiting from the equivalent of us recruiting from just the Long Island high schools.
I was thinking, how did the Canadian team get put together? It was Patrick Waugh coaching them.
Yeah. No, hey, listen, the Islanders aren't bad.
No, but that's pretty impressive for
decent
Canada to learn how to play baseball and play it and compete in 6 months. Like, that's impressive.
In the first week of March, when it's like it might as well be December.
Did you know they use maple syrup instead of rosin on the?
Yeah. That's why the ball's moving. Now Thursday, it's for us. It's the first day, right? We got Mets, Pirates, Skeens, Peralta. It's going to be Mark. How many runs are the Pirates going to win by?
I like Pittsburgh's chances. Skeens is looking really good, man. He's in midseason form, and we haven't even started the season. Nothing's going to change. You'll see him out there with the scuba outfit before the game, throwing the football and everything, and then he'll be so laser focused that I think he's going to mow down the Mets. You know what? I don't want to take shots, but I just think I think when you look at that division with the Pirates in that division. The prognosticators got, them to finish fourth, just ahead of St. Louis. But, to prognosticators, they don't play the game. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
As far as the fact of
if I played my tape back from exactly a year ago and exactly 2 years ago about us talking about baseball, Mark would have said the exact same thing.
Yeah, come on. I
think this is different. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I think this is different for the Pirates this year.
Yeah, they're better. They are better. They are better.
To the players, I will say their roster right now has what looks like to be what could be a playoff contender to get to the playoffs.
Well, not only that, in spring training, it wasn't like, well, who can play this position or whatever. Now there's so much competition at these positions that some good guys are going to be sent down. I mean, and the big thing is, on Thursday is does Connor Griffin start, the potential rookie of the year at shortstop for the Pirates, and then you got the reigning Cy Young Award winner in Skeens. Don Kelly's brought some grit there back into Pittsburgh, so I kind of like it.
How much of this has to do? How much of this has to do with like their success this year? Has to do with where the ownership and the GM goes in terms of holding on to the players, or obviously trading people away. It's got to be a concern at all times. They're looking to go minimal budget.
Yeah, they're looking. Skeens, you get a good deal for Skeens. He's gone.
So you may be doing well. But there may be a point where they get rid of someone who may be part of that. The better some guys do, the more chance you have. So is that your big concern, is ownership?
Not necessarily. I think the biggest concern here is getting out of the gate. Last year, they opened up in Miami and Tampa. They struggled. They came back home. They were 1-5, and they opened the season against the Yankees and Cardinals. This time around, they get the Mets and Reds on the road, and then they come home and play the Orioles and Padres. So I think these first 12 games out of the gate, you want to jumpstart it. They've had a great spring, just like they had last year, and they brought in the bats. Like I said, with Ozuna, Lau is a two-time All-Star there, so they've got somebody at second base, which they haven't really had since Phil Garner, pretty much. So, I kind of like their chances.
Mets don't lose opening days, and they certainly don't lose Howie Rose's last opening day.
No way. Not happening. I'm sorry.
Rose, man,
but Skeens is walking out of there.
Legend. Me and Brett.
Skeens is walking out of there 0-1 with a 6+ ERA.
And Brett and I Brett and I will get into the Mets opening day. We'll do an opening day show or something.
You can put it in the books.
Put it in the books.
The one thing the Pirates have to an advantage there, whether you guys know that or not, is we know Freddie Peralta inside and out. We saw him in the National League Central for years. So he's not going to fool us one bit. The only thing that changes, he's in a different uniform, and he's a few hundred miles away from Milwaukee.
You better hope the P means postponed, because they ain't winning any. They ain't gonna have another chance for any other way.
Hey, we're putting some runs on the board. The only thing you got to look forward to is Mr. Met and Mrs. Met are walking around passing out stuff.
I heard Mrs. Met's pregnant this year. I heard she's pregnant.
Yeah, she's gonna have where she's gonna deliver skeins at the trade deadline.
The skeins at the trade deadline.
Delivering skeins at the trade deadline.
That's what they should do. They should have her pregnant, and then the baby's.
Yeah. No Diaz, no Alonso, no Nemo, no McNeil.
No problems.
No problem.
That's the thing. No
problems. They'll be all right. Mets will be all right.
You brought in nobody trusts it.
Luis Robert from the White Sox.
Not only that, Sean Manaea isn't a starter or a reliever. We don't even know
he throws
what's
it 58
happening.
miles. The guy we're talking about throwing to Babe Ruth throwing 58 miles an hour.
You're gonna
get no speed. No.
Your rotation's going to be the Pirates rotation at the end of the year is going to be Senga, Manaea, and we're going to throw in a couple more. You're going to have Beatty. You're going to have Vientos. You're going to have all those guys, and we're going to have Skatens. It's going to be rough.
You're going to be throwing that guy at us, I think, maybe Saturday or Sunday, McLean.
Oh, yeah.
No, get it right. Listen, show some respect and get the name right, all right?
Oh, yeah.
We don't say Skeins. We don't say Skeins. Show some respect to get it right.
Are you talking about the starter for the USA?
Hey, can you imagine when I get back on this show next Sunday, we might be 2-0 on you?
Yeah, maybe.
No chance.
Maybe.
No chance.
Well, listen, we got first.
It will be. It'll be a pregame for the series finale.
Miami, Purdue tips in about 10 minutes. St. John's 5 o'clock to the 5:15, somewhere around 5 and 6. It's gonna be a good day. And then we got opening day next week. Mark, carve us out a couple minutes on Thursday somewhere. So we can come in. So we can even after the game. Maybe even after the game. Maybe like 5 o'clock or something. All right. So listen, that's it. Sunday show. It's baseball now.
I'll see you Thursday.
Mark,
all right.
Brett.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for coming on.
Love you, man.
For Bob Walters and Brett Grosso, for Mark Mancini and Brett Grosso, I'm Bob Walters. See ya.
See ya. Okay.
See ya.
Thursday, man. Thursday, I'll carve out.
Yeah. Give us like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Something like I think I work Wednesday night is my last, so I'll be home just to play it safe like 1 o'clock. So probably after the game if you got some. All right.
Okay.
I'll be in touch, Mark.
Later, guys.
I love you, man.
Later.
Next Sunday as well.
Okay, cool.
Bye, guys.
All right. Yeah, I gotta go. We'll do something like how we wrote something before the opening day. Next couple of days.
Yeah.
Because I gotta empty it. I gotta go to storage. And I got work.
Cool.
All right, later.
Yeah, have fun. Later, bud.